first of all, I would like to understand about your background. Can you tell me about your background?
Okay. I have a degree in marketing, and I start from the startup industry in Singapore to expand into Southeast Asia markets. I was a financial consultant in the top 4 banks in Singapore, and then I moved on in the banking industry to be a marketing lead there as well. And then I was the marketing lead for Huobi Global as well, doing 22 meetups, doing 40 over live streaming episodes, and also doing a very big conference in Vietnam as well. And then I moved on to be here as Biki Southeast Asia CEO.
Wow, you experienced in the big exchange, Huobi, right?
Yes.
So, come to your company right now is Biki.
Yes.
What is Biki? And the Biki, what it stand for?
That's a very good question. All right, so Biki is a top 20 exchange, and we're moving towards the financial era of the blockchain space, where we're going heavily into DeFi very soon with staking, with lending business. And so the meaning behind Biki is actually really simple. We wanted to use a name that is very universal across all countries around the world, be it Russia, Japan, Korea, Singapore, Indonesia. People can pronounce the word Biki, and we wanted to let the people define the meaning of Biki for us, right? So that we wanted to be something, a brand name that is really close to the people's values. Yeah, so we wanted a name that is really universal and simple.
And what is your vision and your mission that want to introduce Biki for the crypto space?
Okay, well, this is a little bit long. Maybe I can share a little bit more from my experience. So last year, when I was the marketing lead in the top 3 exchange in the world, I helped the company to penetrate into Vietnam. And then from there, I start to see the people in Vietnam that actually need a lot more help, a lot more connection and resources. And I thought that as an uprising and big company, we can actually use our empowerment to help the local people. And so we are headquartered here in Singapore in a financial hub. And my vision is actually to go around the world to help these people, like for example in Indonesia, in Vietnam, in Mexico, and the rest of these countries, to lower the cost for them, definitely, and to value add to them. And so basically I want to improve those lives, and from there we are actually taking a bottom-up approach.
I heard you talk about don't talk about listing, talk about growth. What is actually what is the meaning that you want to deliver to the audience?
Right. So traditionally, or actually it's still happening now, where a lot of exchanges, they when they list a project, it's the motion of listing, right? But we don't really focus too much on that motion of listing. We very much focus on growing the project, right? So because of the background that we started in August 2018, when it was a bear market, we listed like everyone else, and it didn't work for us, and the projects were asking us for help. They needed help. And then we went on to help them do a lot of PR. We went on to help them to do community, to build community for them, to literally help these projects. And when we did that, we found out that when we helped these projects, they actually grew. And because they actually grew, they helped the exchange to grow. And that became our focus since December 2018. So when we actually help these projects to grow in the focus markets, like for example, in the Chinese markets, or in Vietnam, or in Russia, when we help them grow, their number of users and token holders increase. It helps their ecosystem, and it will directly benefit the exchange as well. That's what I mean by helping the projects to grow, then we will grow.
What is the real value proposition for the crypto holder or crypto trader, and what do you think Biki will differentiate from other exchange?
Right. So at this moment, our strategy is very B2B. It's very to help these projects, and then when the projects are in a better state, they'll be able to bring their token holders much faster as well. But at the same time, the value proposition we have for our direct users is we have a huge variety of alternate coins for them to buy into, whichever value they look into. But the main proposition also is we as an exchange build a strong relationship with our users through our community, right? So we constantly provide updates to our users about our projects. So say for example, there's a project that listed 2 months ago called QS, for example. So they were listed with us, and then every 2 months we do a community update and a PR update with our users. So when they are token holders or they bought into this token, they would actually know, hey, this exchange actually update us about the tokens they bought into, and they know that there's good progress with the project, right? So that's one of the key points that help us connect and have a deeper relationship with the users. But at the same time, moving forward to 2020, we're going deep into the staking business as well. So for example, now we are having a promotional period for BTC and USDT and ETH. When you stake, you actually get 20% per annum. That's very, very high.
Yeah, very high.
Yes,
20% per annum.
Yeah, that's very, very high, right? So that's for a promotional period for all our young users, as in the older users with us, to enjoy this benefit, right? Moving forward, we're going to expand this staking into a lot of these alternate coins as well, to help the projects and to help the users as well.
Do you have a plan for lending protocol in your exchange?
Yes, we have a very huge plan to launch that in January 2020. We're going really, really big on that. So I made a soft announcement I think about 2-3 weeks ago in Singapore about this. We're keeping it tight, but come January 2020, we're going to announce the mechanics of our lending business.
Okay, I would like to ask about the overall of the crypto market.
Okay.
I saw you talk about what does it call, the CBDC or
CBDC.
Yeah, what is the CBDC stand for, and it's going to be impact in the crypto space in the future? Or what do you think?
Right, I think the alternate coins market was over in 2017. The exchange offerings, those campaigns not enjoying as much hype as before, not as popular as before. And then so CBDC actually stands for Central Bank Digital Currency, right? So we have seen news that Canada, the Marshall Islands, Singapore, as well as the Chinese markets are exploring this. Exactly 2 years ago, in November 2017, the IMF published a paper encouraging different countries to explore CBDC. But back then it was a very new idea. But they were actually ahead, because the alternate coins market was already dying off. And then for 2 years, I think different countries has been exploring it. In Singapore, they call it the Ubin project, right, which is also still very much undisclosed to today. And if we look at this CBDC, what it basically would change for the coming months and years is they will create a platform and a structure for a lot of these MNCs to jump into the blockchain space, because of protection, transparency, and efficiency, for example, depending on what the CBDC would do and function. And when these MNCs, they have huge amount of business clientele and clients database, when they jump into this blockchain space, along with that, they will bring along with all the small medium enterprises, they will come in. And when this happens, there's huge competition in this space, and because of competition, there will come innovation, right? So when this innovation comes in, we will go through what I call the Ghana hype cycle, where there's ups and then we'll plateau down, and then because everybody learned their lessons of different models, what will work and what doesn't work. But when that happens, that's the part that a lot of these MNCs and these SMEs, when they bring in the value through their products or their services for you and for me, and that's the part that we can not just see the cryptocurrency value and the price, but we literally see the value it helps in our mobile phones, our laptops, or our daily lives, groceries, or whichever it is. And when that happens, we can see the value happening, and then it will be represented by whatever value they're supposed to represent. And when that happens, I think that's the next wave that is going to really bring in more masses to be educated about the benefits of the blockchain technology.
I would like to show that Thailand has CBDC too. You talk about the UBIN, right?
Yeah.
Thailand have Internon. Yeah. It's Bank of Thailand research and develop it, but it's still using for the bank only. But they have a plan and they study about the blockchain already. I think no more question, but the last one, I would like you to leave the message for the audience.
Right. So if we look at the Southeast Asia space, we are very impressed by the innovation and the pioneering work that the Thailand market has been in, because they are definitely one of the first, if not the first, to announce licenses for exchanges and what are the steps moving forward for the projects to protect the traders and the users and the market. I think that is something phenomenal that we really appreciate, and we see that as an example for the rest of the world to follow as well. Coming up next, in the rest of the Southeast Asia markets, there will be licenses coming out as well, and we like this because that also represents the assurance in the market. And I want to tell the users that Biki is actually here to help out a lot of the projects, to help them to grow through the true values they represent in the first place. We're here to offer value to the users as well. We're here to understand the users a lot more, so we don't have a very clear strategy moving forward yet, because we are coming from the user's point of view first to understand about the needs, the landscape and the culture, and from there we will actually come up with a huge plan to help out the market.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here, Ethan. สวัสดีครับ